Hai semua, inilah dia rancangan Selebriti RedCarpet bersama saya Anne, hos anda. We've saved the best artists for last. Jom kita saksikan interview kami bersama Sonawan. Okay, hi Sonawan. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, just wanted to tell us about your second single, Ha Ale.
Well, Ha Ele is my first Malay single. It's like, 90% Malay, I would say. There's a few English words here and there. And basically, I did this because I get quickly bored about the stuff that I do, and I've been doing English music for such a long time. And since about 2 years ago, I started to experiment a bit in Malay language, especially working with Joe Flizzo and people from Cartel. It came to my mind, why don't I do a full rap song in Malay, just to try it out. And so it was harder than I thought it would be. I had to sit down with a dictionary, had to sit down and use Google Translate on some occasions just to get certain words right. But what I came up with is something I'm pretty happy with, because it's not like I'm trying to do something that I'm not. The language I use in the song is 100% the same way I would speak Malay, with words that I understand. Because I never grew up speaking Malay. It's a language I picked up less than 10 years ago, and so I don't get the opportunity to practice it as much as I would love to. But today I'm being exposed to it more, so I'm like, it's the right opportunity, it's the right time to do it.
So how long did it take you to do that, since you say it was hard because it was in Malay?
Well, I guess the whole process took about 4 months from the moment I made the beat until I had the song recorded. About a month to study the music, just like the beat alone, and figure out what I want to do with it, until I got the idea, okay, I'll use this for a Malay song. Then I wrote the verses, but I didn't have a chorus. The chorus was actually the last thing to come in. Yeah, because I had the verses, I just couldn't come up with a suitable chorus until I heard somebody say in the street, I like how he said it. People always say he ele or e ele, but how he said it sounded cool. He said ha ele. It sounded so much more like in your face. So I went with ha ele.
How is your journey like, because I know you started as a graffiti artist and then you went into music. So how has that been, because you won AIM Song of the Year, right?
Quite surreal, to be honest with you. Just exactly a year ago, we came up with No More, and I can still vividly remember I was in a coffee shop with my grandma and my mom, and then my manager called and said, No More just went #1, and we were just completely ecstatic. It's just to go from that moment to having to call my mom and tell her that I won, Mom, I won, and it's just crazy, to see in how much can happen in 1 year. I don't want to let that stop me from focused on coming up with the best music. I can still remember the days when I was just recording on top of a kitchen table on a laptop and a broken mic. I just want people to realize that the dreams can come true. If you work hard enough, and most importantly, build your patience, good things can happen.
How did that transition happen from a graffiti artist to where you are today?
Well, the transition happened, it took a long time, like I said, I used to be sitting on tables doing stuff on broken laptops and stuff. So became an intern as a graffiti artist, designer with Cartel back in 2006. And I met Joe when I was a little kid through his brother. So Joe always knew that I did graffiti and stuff, but Joe being Joe Flizzo, who he was at the time, he was just I think it was around 2006 when I came over to his office one day, and then I was like, yo bro, check out the stuff I can do. And at the time I was a little older, so he saw okay, well, you know what, why don't I just get this kid to be an intern for Cartel, and then let's see what happens. So at the same time I was making music, he didn't know about that. Until one day I let him listen to what I did, and he didn't know I was rapping either. So I played one of the songs that I was rapping on, and he's like, who's this? That's me. What? That's you? Okay, well, you should keep rapping. And then maybe one day, you can rap on a song with me. So at that time, that was straight up motivation. What? A song with Joe Flizzo? Oh, right, it's gonna be crazy. And that never happened till 4 years later. But still, like I said, patience and motivation, that motivated me to keep going, and the patience that I built those 4 years is the same patience that I needed to get to where I'm at today.
So my last question to you is, because I know you've traveled quite a bit since you were young, what is it that you miss the most?
As weird as this sounds, the one thing I miss the most about traveling is actually coming home. that feeling you get when you get off the plane when you're back home in Malaysia is just insane. You know, even if you leave for 5 days and you're back home and you like get out the plane like home sweet home. It's just you're not even home yet. You're just out the plane, but that feeling is just crazy. So every time I'm back in KL, I want to travel again just so that I can come home and feel the exact same thing. It's a very weird thing, but that's how I like to travel.
Itulah dia Sonawan di pelancaran single keduanya, Hak Eleh. Untuk mengakhiri rancangan Selebriti di RedCarpet pada malam ini, jom kita saksikan video lirik rasmi Hak Eleh dari Sonawan. Selamat malam dan bye-bye!